David in Oklahoma, you're on the line with Promise and Jimmy. How are you, David?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. How's Oklahoma this time of year?
It's weather right now.
It's what?
We have really nice weather right now.
David, are you like watching on the TV or something and waiting to hear it on there? Because the delay between you and us is like way larger than normal.
No, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and I have a very difficult time.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best with it. You can propose your thing, and Promise is probably going to end up having to do most of the talking because it's a multi-second delay. It's kind of wild. But Promise, why don't you go ahead with David from Oklahoma, who says MAGA and Christian beliefs ground women back to their core beliefs and that their virginity is a virtue.
Where do you want to start, David?
Yes. That's what I believe. I think that it helps bring women back to their core, to where that.
What's a woman's core? What does that mean?
That a woman's core is to make her understand that she's not just a product, that she's something that needs to be cherished.
What do you mean by cherished? This seems like really vague,
like
abstract talking, and I want to know like actual concrete things. What you mean by this? Is it cherishing women to remove their rights from them and to say that they shouldn't be able to vote, or to say that they shouldn't have the right to make decisions about their own bodies, or that they shouldn't have access to proper health care, or that they shouldn't have birth control if they want it? Is that cherishing a woman?
That is not about cherishing a woman. None of that is. It's cherishing a woman is to make her understand that she's more, like I said, more than just a product. That she.
Okay, how does MAGA make a woman feel?
Like,
David, you already said this. So how does MAGA help a woman not feel like she's just a product? And how did you determine that that's an issue that women face? I don't feel like I'm a product. I feel like men oftentimes think that, but I don't feel that way. That's not a concern of mine. So how is MAGA helping women not feel like a product?
To teach them that they don't need material things to have a good life.
I very much need material things. So again, very confused on how
that's
MAGA.
How you were raised to believe.
David,
yes,
we're talking so abstract that I need us to like pick something and talk about it really clearly. So let's talk about, you said MAGA's teaching women to not need material things to think that they have a happy life. I'm very confused because when I see, first of all, I disagree with that. I love having material things. It's great. I'm also content when I don't. I lived in the countryside all summer where I had an outhouse and nothing else basically. And it was really fun. I love being outside. Now I'm living in the city and I just bought a bunch of new shit because I moved into a new apartment, and that also made me happy. So I can't agree with that assessment. However, what's shocking to me is even if that were true, if it was a good thing for women to think they don't need material things to be happy, how is MAGA teaching that when you have the first lady who's always wearing designer stuff, very expensive things, lots of makeup, and I'm not criticizing her for these things. When you have Donald Trump taking the Oval Office and packing it to the brim with material objects of gold. Like, I'm not getting the messaging from MAGA that women shouldn't want material things when the majority of its front-facing women that have clearly spent a lot of money on cosmetic procedures. They have designer handbags. They're wearing expensive jewelry. So where is this messaging from MAGA that says you don't need material things?
It goes right back down to the Christian core beliefs, okay, where marriage means something, to where
David, did you listen to anything I just said? Did you listen to any?
David,
did you?
Let's do this. David, repeat Promise's question back and then answer it.
You out here, the material things makes a difference in MAGA core beliefs, I believe.
I don't think you listened to a thing she said, David.
My question is, how can you say that MAGA is an example for women of not needing material things when their front-facing women, their most public women, are decked out in copious amounts of material things? And the president, the MAGA president, has decked out the Oval Office in material things.
David, by the way, before you answer, when you do answer, if you don't know the answer, just say you don't know. I actually am kind of on your side on this thing, and I will give the answer. If you'd like, I'll answer for you.
I'll tell you what the answer is. The answer is that's not a MAGA thing. That's only my opinion.
Great. Well,
why did you say it was a MAGA thing?
Here's the answer I would give, Dave, because I actually think that you're right, that MAGA is allowing
back
women.
The Christian core beliefs.
Hang on, David, hang on. I actually think MAGA is resulting in women having to find more contentness in less material things, and here's why. MAGA is absolutely horrible for your income. MAGA is absolutely horrible for your spending power, because inflation is actually making it so hard to buy the things, like get you all of your groceries and stuff. And so like your eggs, your basic foods, your basic necessities, you're spending so much money on the basics that Donald Trump promised he would reduce and hasn't, that now because you have less money, you actually get to have less things. And so if you're going to be content, you have to be content with less material things because Donald Trump is so bad for the economy. So I'm with you, buddy.
You're going to confuse him.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, and that's fine, and all is good. The best way of looking at it is go to the Bible and say, give to Caesar what is Caesar's and give to God what is God's. Trying to keep money is a bad thing when it comes down to it. That's greed.
So, hang on, David. So you believe that MAGA is good because MAGA is more biblical? You believe MAGA is good because MAGA is more biblical. So please explain, and I'll give it back to Promise. Please explain to Promise why the Bible is what a woman should value for direction in her life, and how you know the Bible is true.
Oh, I could tell you things that you would never believe about the Bible. I can tell you right
you're
now
right. I
what's
probably
going
won't
on,
believe them. But David, I'm asking for something believable. David, you're not here to preach, and I'm just going to be done with this call because there's another caller that I'd love to get to if this isn't going to go well before I need to go to bed. But stop preaching and just answer the question. Why should I care what the Bible says? What is your evidence that the Bible is true?
When I said that we were living in the time of the horseman, that's very true. The horseman started in 2008 with Barack Obama.
What is your evidence? What is your evidence that is true?
Did not just say that.
Because it matches perfectly.
It matches what perfectly, David?
What happened? Okay. Okay. Barack Obama rode in on a white horse. Hope and change was his belief. That was his campaign. And everybody loved him.
There was no, where's the white horse?
Everybody loved
David,
him.
Where's the white
world?
Do you have a picture? David, do you have a picture of Obama on a white horse?
No, this is all in the spirit. You must look beneath the outline. This is all
So
spirit.
you don't have any evidence. So you have no evidence, and you're
the
taking
last
some
thing that he
very
did-
vague statements.
Yeah,
You're taking some very
he
vague
is the
statements
evidence.
and you're applying it to whoever you've decided, because we can go back 100 years and talk about somebody else and say that they came in and inspired that and talked about this and that, and they are on a horse. We could say that about Donald Trump. We could say he's the first one because he came in saying he's going to make things great, and that's the white horse.
I'm the horseman. Prove I'm not the horseman, David.
No,
I have
Donald
ridden
Trump
a
is
white
the
horse.
third horseman.
David, prove that I'm not a horseman.
No, he's the sixth one.
I've ridden white horses.
No. You guys like to make jokes out of this, but I was just trying to talk to you.
It's hard not to. You were asked for evidence.
It's really hard not to because you're not.
I know, it really is hard not to because it's hard to believe.
Oh,
it's hard to believe things that you don't have evidence for.
Give me 2 minutes.
It's very difficult to believe things when you don't have evidence for them, David.
I just want to tell.
No, I don't want you on here to preach. I don't. I listened to preaching my whole entire life. I used to preach.
I don't want to preach.
The book of the Bible that you're preaching from is not even a prophecy. It was talking about something that had already happened. So I already know that you don't understand the context of what you're using to claim as prophecy. It wasn't a prophecy.
Oh, no.
You're taking something very vague and you're applying it.
Yet.
David, the book of Revelation isn't true.
The book of Revelation has not happened yet.
David. The book of Revelation isn't true.
The book of Revelation is completely true.
Okay, prove it.
You're not. Okay,
prove it.
I'm trying to. I said.
Well, you haven't. No, you have not been trying to prove it. You've only stated what your interpretation of the Bible is. Your interpretation of a part that's not even
okay.
Literal,
my belief is my interpretation. True. My interpretation is of the Bible.
Say that anything is true. The Lord of the Rings is true.
Do you understand? If you don't want,
Trump is Saruman.
No, the Bible is true. It's a 2,000-year-old book that is still coming true today. And if I'm trying to explain to you that we live in the time of the horseman, I know it's hard to believe.
David, you haven't shared any proof.
Donald Trump is in the Bible.
All right, I'm bored. We're going to try and get this last caller. And David, that's not what proof is. By your method of proof, I can prove anything is true because I can just translate anything or interpret anything to mean anything.
Yeah, it's in the spirit. Jimmy and I are actually, we're the first and second horsemen. And there's only two, actually. Spoiler alert. Yeah. It's just us. And I know that because the spirit told me, actually.
Let's be clear. I'm the first one. What, the woman going to be first? Come on. All right. Bye, David.